Hey everybody, my name is Ross Mailloux. I'm your local Petzl sales rep here in British Columbia, and I'm here to tell you about our headlamp range as it relates to climbing. So some of the things that all of the headlamps have in common is one, an IPX4 water resistant rating, which is certified for any sort of above water activities. So think of rain and snow, things like that. We don't rate these for underwater use because we have a full series of lights dedicated for underwater use as well. Petzl also has a 5-year warranty against all manufacturers' defects on the headlamps. So starting off with the Bindi, comes in at 200 lumens and 35 grams. It's a perfect light to always have with you, whether it's in a zippered pocket on a chalk bag or in the top of your backpack for multi-pitch climbing or alpine climbing. It's a really good insurance for getting you out with a light when it turns dark. Here we have the Aktik core headlamp at 600 lumens. This is the first headlamp that we've talked about where you can route find. Not only does it have a proximity light, which is great for camping and cooking and things like that around camp, where you just need a really good floodlight for proximity, but you also have a focus beam, which is great for route finding. So if you're getting into the alpine, approaching a climb in the dark, this is the first light, the Aktik core, that you can actually do some route finding with. And here we have the Swift RL, and RL stands for reactive lighting. So imagine that if you can picture your phone and how it is going to adjust and regulate its battery output based on the conditions you're in, this is going to work exactly the same. So it not only has 2 bulbs, one for proximity and one for distance, like route finding, but also has a light sensor. So this takes in ambient and direct light and will adjust the lighting needs based on what your activity is. At 100 grams and 1100 lumens, yes, that's right, 1100 lumens, you're able to not only do everything you need to do around camp, but when you get up into areas where you need to route find, you're gonna have a tremendous amount of light to shine on distant objects and get you where you need to go in the alpine. So here we have the Nao RL. This is the brightest headlamp we have in our sport range. So the idea with this is it's going to be very bright, packable for any sort of climbing-based activity you might be doing. One of the most unique things about this headlamp is this LED array. And the designer spent a lot of time making sure that there's no edge to this light. So if you're in an alpine environment or anywhere where light is critical, whether you're trail running, alpine climbing, you're not going to have that distortion on the edge of the light pattern. So it's very easy on the eyes if you're doing a mission that's going to take multi-hours in the dark. It's been designed to keep your eyes from fatiguing. So the big differences between the Swift and the Nao, the Swift is going to be packable and a bit lighter weight, give you a lot of punch for the size in terms of route finding with a lot of light. The Nao is going to give you more light in terms of a wider array of light. So for things like ski mountaineering and route finding in really dark conditions, this is going to give you a little more power for those certain activities. You can also get a tether to connect the battery to a warm place like a jacket pocket for really cold conditions.